Today we're looking at some bad news for Animal Crossing on Nintendo Switch Online. Now, as you know, Nintendo Switch Online is something you can pay for in order to get access to online features within games, including Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's also something that you can get to get certain perks like free games and such, and the expansion pack even allows you to get free access to things like DLC, including the very amazing Happy Home Paradise. The main draw is probably all the free games that Nintendo has added to this system, and you get even more if you have the expansion pack. However, despite our hopes, Animal Crossing has noticeably been absent from the Switch Online games. The main reason being that they have yet to add the systems that Animal Crossing is actually on, like GameCube, DS, and Wii, so we could play the old Animal Crossing games. Leave a like on the video if you would love to play some of the retro Animal Crossing games on Nintendo Switch. Like I said, we all hoped that this would happen eventually. However, it has become increasingly clear in 2024 that sadly it is not going to. And this is definitely bad news for Animal Crossing players who wanted to experience the old games on this system. For a start, it doesn't seem like Nintendo is planning upon adding anything new really to Nintendo Switch Online in terms of new consoles and such. We know that the successor to the Nintendo Switch is on the way. In fact, it'll be announced within this fiscal year, so before March 2024. And it seems like before that point, we won't really be getting many major Nintendo announcements. At the last Nintendo Direct, they didn't really announce anything majorly new for Nintendo Switch Online, whereas in past Directs, they had usually announced a ton of things, with each time bringing a new console. Most recently, we got Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, and it seems like that's where they're going to be leaving it. So unless you count N64, which has the original Japanese Animal Crossing game, none of the systems available can play any of the Animal Crossing titles. The next reason why we're almost certain this is not going to happen is it's much more likely that Nintendo would actually sell Animal Crossing ports or remakes as their own separate thing, rather than putting them on the free Nintendo Switch Online or even the expansion pass. When we can see how successful they've been with games like Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door and also the most recent Mario RPG as well, it seems much more likely that they would put Animal Crossing as its own standalone thing. But I'm not so sure everyone would be really keen on spending $60 on an old Animal Crossing game at this point. On the Wii U, we had the amazing Virtual Console, and they did actually port Animal Crossing Wild World over to it, which was really exciting. I had definitely hoped they would do this on the Nintendo Switch. I know a lot of people wondered how they could do it since the Switch only had one screen and the DS had two. Well, take a look at this. It's so simple as putting the bottom screen on the top screen alongside it, and there were even different types of displays you could use. I see this argument used a lot as to why Wild World would not be ported to the Nintendo Switch, but you have to consider they have ported many 3DS games over, and they had multiple screens as well. There are tons of ways they can make small adjustments so these work on a console like the Switch and most likely its successor with only one screen. The sad truth is, rather than it being something like it's not possible for them to port these old Animal Crossing games, it seems like they're more likely going to save it for the next Nintendo console or just release them as their own standalone thing. I don't know about you, but I would personally really like to see an Animal Crossing collection featuring all of the old Animal Crossing games. I just don't know if Nintendo would do this though, given the fact that each Animal Crossing entry really isn't that different from each other. It feels like instead they would rather focus on whatever the newest Animal Crossing will be, probably on the successor to the Nintendo Switch, rather than focusing on the old games. That's another reason why we'll probably never see a port of Animal Crossing New Leaf, because it would honestly just detract too much attention from whatever they're going to release next, and even New Horizons currently. We can certainly hope that in the future Nintendo will decide to port some of the older games. I would really love it so people can experience them on a new console and don't have to go hunting for their old DS and old games and such. But we'll just have to wait and see what Nintendo plans. Either way, for Nintendo Switch owners, it doesn't seem like we'll be having a chance to play any of the old Animal Crossing games, although I would love to be wrong. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. If you made it to the end, be sure to comment Bob's Gang so I know you did. If you enjoyed, leave a like and make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more.